And if we ask the stars what they mean, what would they say back to us? Welcome! You want to go on a card journey today? Give me some of your time, and I'll give you some of your story. Well, let's see what the cards say. Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to Koi Place Tarot. My name is Koi, and I'm going to be your tarot card reader for today. What we're going to be looking at in this round of reads is going to be your career read for the month of October. The things we want to pursue in terms of career ventures, work opportunities, deals and partnerships, things like that. As a preamble to the read, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but don't always be so willing to reverse. Even if at times it gets tough, remember, as your tarot card reader, I will never purposely misguide you. That's not what I do here. That's not the purpose of this video or this channel. So follow along today in your career read. And yeah, Taurus, my bold people, let's see what the cards say. Show us the cards that we need to see, please. Going off of time-based orientations here in Taurus for their career read, month of October. What are the cards that we need to see, please, for Taurus in their read? So going from, let's go from my right, should be your right, left. I don't know. I'm very bad at these angles, but from this way to this way, easier way to do it. Past, present, future orientation. Gonna make it really simple and then look at all the space in between. So in your past, okay, understandable. 5 of Cups. What's giving us pain and remorse? What is this about? Heartbreak. Okay. Oh gosh, what's this? And the 8 of. Okay. This makes so much sense. So we pull the 5 of Cups, 3 of Swords, 8 of Cups. A pain over an opportunity that you actually wanted to be a part of made you have to walk away, right? Very simple, very cut and dry to the matter. We had to leave something that we actually liked behind, right? And given all of that, just that heaviness of what you said was a passing that you had to abandon, there had to have been a reason why. Right. I want to see, hopefully a different type of evaluation in different time spaces, but we have to accept the pain of the past. I totally get that. Totally understandable. So in the present, really cards that we need to see, please, for Taurus in the present. What of the here and now in their career read? And now in the present day, we see the Page of Cups. Okay, I like to see that. Even if it's small, even if it's a little teacup, we see that it is full. Easiest way I could explain it. Chariot, the card of Cancer. Okay, how so? The Empress. There we go. Okay, why? Why am I reacting like this? Page of Cups, pages are like the kids of tarot. You can't balance very heavy concepts upon them, but they are meant to deliver a small, if not concrete and very true message. Here, the Page of Cups showing our emotionality. Yeah, no, what I do is worth doing. It may not have turned out the way I wanted to in the past. That's why I had to balance. But at the same exact time, hey, I'm still here. I still got to find what that means to me. So to the Chariot, now we're taking all these emotionalities at once. A lot of the bad from the past, but also the good that can come out of it. And we're saying with that Empress coming out, right? No, this is who we can become, right? We're actually seeing better parts of ourselves come out now that we're in a space to evaluate. The Empress is honestly the most, don't just want to say the word hardworking, but she gets most of my stuff done. She is that girl, right? The Empress here representing the best version of me. No, I needed to see that. I needed to see what that would be if I had to leave it behind. This happened for a reason. I'm coming to understand this now with the Chariot of embracing that journey, but now I am approaching it from a different angle. It's not simply I lost something. I had so much things to gain. And I'm realizing it now in the present as I continue to try to look for what's good out of the things that I do and the things I want to invest myself into. Okay. Future orientation. For the card that we need to see, please, as held in the future orientation for Taurus in this read. In the space of what if, the Nine of Cups. There we go. I like to see that for you. Temperance, card Sagittarius, okay, rolling good, and the Five of Wands. Makes sense. So let's talk about these two, then we'll get to that Five of Wands. First, we have the Nine of Cups that was pulled. I'm dropping the deck for now. That is not relevant to me. Nine of Cups here, representing our own self-fulfillment, our own wishes come true, right? We remember that whatever we had to leave behind in the past, yeah, it's not simply the fact that it happens for a reason, but more to the point of like, no, if I let this situation, if I let this job, if I let the quote unquote opportunity be all that dictates what I feel I have the capacity to do, then it will also set its own limitations to what happiness can be for me. Right? The Nine of Cups then suggesting moving from here to here. No, I can make that for myself. I never give up. I never give up what I really wanted. That Page of Cups in your present is just constantly trying to remind you, no, this is why you do it. This is why you do it. Keep going, keep going. And so when we get to that Nine of Cups, that notion of fulfillment, the thing that we're actually aiming for, we can finally say it was all worth it. Did I like the journey? Nah, absolutely not. And so the notion of temperance here, card Sagittarius, the notion of temperance here, I'm allowing myself to feel everything at once, right? I'm allowing myself to see both the bad that definitely happened, which sparked on, this internal soul searching journey for me and what I do, to the now of, no, everything had its purpose, everything had its weight. And so for me to give it that space and give myself the space to be throughout all that process, I had to let me experience all of those emotions. I had to let me go through all of that. How did I process pain? How did I process my own success? How do I even remember what success was? And so Five of Wands, and I think, that's why I had to define those two first. The Five of Wands here, how do we engage with conflict? Right? How do we engage with that external competition of, okay, we don't want this to happen again. We're trying to learn our lesson. So how does a healed me, a better me, this version of me that, can see the good in all the opportunities and even the bad, right? How do we let that come through? Because it doesn't always have to be heartache and pain. It does not always have to be that. Underneath it all, Seven of Wands. Okay. The notion of being guarded, or here, a defensiveness of how do we let go of things properly, right? How do we not get, for lack of a better term, screwed over the way we did in the past and we had to leave something behind? But also, what is a good boundary to set up that isn't reactive, right? We're trying to learn how to set a good fence. I can understand that. Okay, cards of connection. Let's see the connective energies, please. The bridging gap between all the time-based orientations here in this read. First, we'll look at the space held between past and present. What rests between what was and what is? Show my bold people this. Between the past and present orientation in this read. Nope. The sun. There we go. I knew there had to be a reason. The sun is the happiest card in the deck. So happy, in fact, that in this representation of a tarot deck, the sun is vomiting a rainbow. Here, it isn't all about pain. Yeah, it was a terrible, awful experience having to let something go here. But more so, there was so much to be gained. We just had to see it. We just had to dedicate our path to actually going there. Five of Swords, okay? Now, with happiness presenting itself, reminding ourselves what actually, gets us up and going for the day, will we ruin it? Right? The war within, are we just going to be stuck in pain forever? Right? This is the thing that we're trying to challenge. Can we actually accept happiness coming into our lives? Ten of Cups, and harmonizing with what purpose, but also kind of the definition of meaning of what we do, finding it all over again, revamping what we thought we knew, right? Here, combining all that together, yeah, the past was not pretty. That separation, whatever you had to do, whatever job you had to leave behind, whatever work dynamic or whatever you had to give up, it wasn't fun at all. But how do we get to building that fence? We eventually say, you know what, the most consistent thing that always comes is I know there's a better thing out there for me. I may not be in a space to accept it right now, but I'm getting there. I'm giving myself enough space to say I can get there if I try. Between the present and the future, and the cards that we need to see, please. Between present and future orientation, for Taurus and their career read. What is held between what is and what could be. So between the present and the future, we hold the Nine of Cups. And once we start to actually embrace that path and not just theorize it, but go through the actions, realize, hey, it isn't all terrible, but I have to try, we get there. Tower. Okay. And eventually, whatever we're holding on to, it has to get blasted out, right? The Tower is not necessarily the funnest card. I can understand that it gets such a terrible rap, even amongst the tarot deck, but it's ultimately designed for our own good in mind. You get what I'm saying? And the reason being is because if the situation ain't changing, well, something is going to cause us and make us change. Because the universe is always listening, even when we think it doesn't. If it thinks that the Tower is the best thing, okay, push all these things out the way. You got to go, 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 go. It's going to do that. In that way, it's actually hearing you because it's trying to assist you. Queen of Cups, the most loving and endearing version of yourself coming out again. One more time. One more time. Underneath it all, Queen of Swords. And this we know. Combining that with that Seven of Wands right there, yeah, we're unlearning our defense mechanisms that arose from whatever past experience that was. You don't have to hide it. We just got to live it right now. It's not the prettiest thing, but we're getting better. We're getting there. Define the major arcana strewn across the table. We will first look to the We'll first look to the Chariot, card of Cancer. The reason I did that, Taurus, is because sometimes people are fighting for spaces in real life, and in the tarot deck, sometimes energies are competing, saying me first, me first, me first. Both of those are screaming right now. So define here first the Chariot in Taurus's reading. What of a sped up journey now in motion? What are the cards that we need to see, please, for Taurus in this reading? Define these major. Okay. To the Chariot. Eight of Cups. There we go. So here's why I view that as differently, right? The Eight of Cups of the past suggested, reaction. This is terrible. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. Right? Almost. Instead of being pushed out, I'll leave. Here, the Chariot representing, no, this is part of my journey. I had to leave, right? You see the shift in perspective. One was forced out. The other said, no, that was what was best. I may not have liked it, but yeah, it was good for me at the end of the day. To the Empress, Nine of Pentacles. We remember what a good investment is. Here, being our best selves, our higher selves, the things that we aim for and the things that we want. To Temperance, Death, the card Scorpio. Okay. And the healed soul comes when we can finally close out this chapter properly and say, I understand why it played out the way that they did. I understand in the best interest of me, because I'm still going back to that tower, that in-between space between right now and what will be. No, ultimately, I had to move. I had to leave. I had to leave. And when I can come to peace with that, closing, I can finally say, no, I'm good now. I've set up my fence. It is built properly. It is built the way that I want it to be. To the sun, Page of Pentacles. It could be as bright as it needs to outside, but will I actually aim for it? Will I actually try? Questions that we have to ask ourselves. And next was the Tower. The Seven of Pentacles. Interesting. And I'm saying that because the Tower is an energy of activation, right? It breaks things apart. It's purely kinetic. The Seven of Pentacles is an energy that's one of the most sedentary energies in the entire tarot deck. It's one that says it is what it is, right? If you want to build a garden, you have to have land, space, water, soil, like all of these different factors, and the willingness to go through with it. It is the hard facts, the truth of life that, hey, this is what it is right now. Having that be, we're also accepting a tower will eventually break its way through, right? It's a very interesting perspective because, again, in the past orientation, it was so painfully reactive that we couldn't do anything. And now I'm looking at a Taurus and their in-between space saying, nah, I mean, if it comes here, right, you're not fazed by it. Because part of you is also understanding that that is what is necessary to move on and necessary to evolve. It's a beautiful thing. Let's get a crossing pattern. Okay, so the star, the card of Aquarius, what is our hope, our aim, our night, a light in the night sky, the Tower. Tower coming out again. Here, and like I said earlier, it's almost like you were predicting it. Here, you're actually kind of hoping for it, right? The small acceptance of ourselves saying, no, this is how it has to be. I'm going to be good. Your boy's going to be fine. But we have to say, also, we understand that change must happen. And as I am changing and I want the situation to change, that's the only thing that's going to be compatible, us changing together. So if the situation in the past was not good and I'm finding, how things break apart and recenter on me in the present, then in the future, yeah, something disruptive is going to happen, but I'm not going to be purely reactive. I'm going to be ready. In resolution, so the cards of resolution for Taurus in this read. What's held in space of resolution for Taurus in their career read today. I like this. I really do. Because again, we're taking things in our own hands and we're striving for better, for more, but also ultimately to recenter our purpose again. What are the cards that we need to see, please, for Taurus in this read? Space of resolution. Okay, Queen of Pentacles. I'm learning to get comfortable with what things are and where things are. It didn't start out pretty, but it really sure is getting there. Two of Swords, notion of confusion. So, as things go right, are they really right? That's a natural, feeling to have given the circumstances I'm seeing, Taurus, right? I don't want you to shame yourself out of believing things could be good just because things are changing. In fact, things have to. And so getting comfortable with things going right again, not having to be struck down or, feeling like you're losing everything, it's going to feel weird. Easily put, it is going to feel weird, but it's also going to feel better because it's going to be consistent. We don't have to stay in a state of pain and reaction the entire time. Underneath it all, Lovers, card of Gemini. Here in a career read, I don't necessarily read that as, oh, I'm going to find the love of my life at the job. Nah, that's not the purpose here. The Lovers here in a career read oftentimes means that I'm finding purpose. And just as a lover's journey with somebody else, they choose you, you choose them back, we experience life together. This in your career read means, no, I find my purpose. I found the thing that speaks my heart's language, right? And in knowing that and doing that, I can make a life out of this because it's something that I'm good at and it's something that chooses me back. And I'm reminded of it in every little way, shape, and form. These are the good things and I'm willing to find it. So here's what we got in your read today, Taurus. The past was not good. I'll start off by saying that because I think it needs to be established again. The past was not good. But moving forward, we understand, I had to leave it behind. I had to let things break apart. And ultimately, my hope is that this break apart, this sudden change for me was the most productive thing that could have happened. It didn't seem like it, But when I can look back and laugh, it will be, because I'll be strong enough to understand why I had to build a fence. In between then, remembering what happiness is and remembering, hey, if I get encountered with a situation like this again, I'll be ready. Let it come. And underneath it all, we know we're getting back to the right things. It may not seem like it right now. Definitely may not seem like it right now, but we're going to be okay. And you have the determination to push that through. I hope this conversation helped, Taurus, because I really like this transformation I'm seeing across the board. And yeah, I'll catch you later, okay? Go do it.